Hello and welcome. Namaste from New Delhi. I'm Gautam Roy and this is DD India. You're watching Express News, the show where we get you the day's top 100 developments in the country and the world in under 30 minutes. Let's get going. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a visit to northeastern states of Arunachal Pradesh and Tripura. During his Tripura visit, Prime Minister offered his prayers at the Mata Tripura Sundari Temple and also inaugurated the redeveloped Mata Tripura Sundari Temple complex. Earlier in the day, the PM laid the foundation stone of two major hydropower projects worth over 3,700 crore Indian rupees and of state-of-the-art convention centre at Tawang in Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh. Addressing those gathered there, Prime Minister Modi said that the Northeast is fast emerging as India's powerhouse. He added that the 8 northeastern states are worshipped in the form of Ashtalakshmi. Earlier in Arunachal Pradesh, Prime Minister Modi interacted with shopkeepers and traders and handed them placards of "Garv se kaho, ye swadeshi hai," or "Say with pride, this is made in India." The PM also interacted with local taxpayers, traders and industry representatives to discuss the impact of recent GST rate rationalization. The Prime Minister also held a roadshow through the streets of Itanagar as people greeted him and waved the tricolour. Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan released 4 books on selected speeches of Prime Minister Modi titled Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas at the Vice President's Enclave in New Delhi. The VP said that Prime Minister Modi is a living inspiration for millions of people in the country and abroad. Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, also present at the event, said that Prime Minister Modi has always put the nation and service above his own self. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is on a 2-day visit to Morocco. During his visit, the minister interacted with the Indian community in Rabat. The Defence Minister lauded the hard work and dedication that defines the Indian community across the world. He also highlighted the transformational journey of India in the last decade in multiple dimensions. In the first ever visit by an Indian Defence Minister to the country, Rajnath Singh was received by the head Wali of Military Command of Casablanca and Indian Ambassador to Morocco, Sanjay Rana. India's Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi, is on a 4-day official visit to Sri Lanka from Monday. During the visit, he will call on Sri Lankan Prime Minister Dr. Harni Amarasuriya and engage in bilateral discussions with the 3 service chiefs and other senior government officials. India and Brazil have jointly launched the Maitri 2.0 cross-border agri-tech incubators program to promote agricultural technology and agri-startups. Addressing the 51st Foundation Day of Central Pollution Control Board in New Delhi on Monday, India's Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav highlighted the crucial role of the CPCB in the development of a green and clean India. In line with the Government of India's aim to end Naxalism by March 2026, a new forward operating base has been successfully established in Gurrajgaram in Bijapur district of Bastar region in Chhattisgarh. To achieve deeper operational reach into the Naxal strongholds, the camp is fortified with robust multi-layered security and equipped with essential amenities. On implementation of the new GST reforms in India on Monday, and Minister Ashwini Vaishnav lauded the next-gen GST reforms being implemented from today, terming it as the most beneficial for the common man. Prime Minister Modi also extended his greetings to India on the auspicious occasion of Navratri on Monday. In a post on X, he added that on GST Savings Festival resolve for a developed and self-reliant India. On Sunday, Prime Minister Modi, in his address to the nation, termed the next generation GST reforms would lead to a countrywide GST Savings Festival. New goods and services tax rates have come into effect from today, marking a historic shift in the country's indirect taxation regime. A shortage of fuel stocks at private filling stations in Indonesia since August has sparked widespread complaints, with some workers losing their jobs as companies scale back operations. European markets ticked lower on Monday, dragged by automakers' profit warnings, while the dollar steadied as markets waited to see if optimism over the Federal Reserve's easing monetary policy might be offset by geopolitical concerns. Oil prices gained on Monday, supported by geopolitical tensions in Europe and the Middle East, although the prospect of more oil supply and concerns about the impact of trade tariffs and global fuel demand weighed. Brent crude futures rose 45 cents to $67.13 a barrel, while the U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude contract for October was at $63.15 a barrel. Indian benchmark indices ended on a weak note, with Nifty below 25,200 on Monday. At close, the wider Sensex was down 466.26 points, or 0.56% at 82,159.97. The Indian rupee also ended 21 paise lower at 88.31 per dollar on Monday versus Friday's close of 88.10. Gold futures maturing on the 3rd of October was priced at 111,569 Indian rupees per 10 grams at the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for December 5 maturity stood at 132,664 rupees per kg on the MCX. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is in New York to attend the 80th anniversary of the United Nations General Assembly, as he is expected to meet U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Monday. Dr. Jaishankar met Secretary of Foreign Affairs of Philippines Teresa P. Lazaro at the start of UNGA 80 in New York. A high-level delegation led by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal is visiting the United States starting Monday to hold discussions on India-US trade deal. Sri Lankan President Anura Kumar Dissanayake will also attend the 80th UNGA session and is scheduled to deliver an address on Wednesday. He is also expected to hold talks with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. The UK is set to push for a peace plan for the Middle East at the 80th session of UN General Assembly after recognizing the State of Palestine. Britain, Canada and Australia announced formal recognition of the State of Palestine on Sunday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has categorically rejected the one-sided declaration of recognition of Palestine and emphasized that there will be no Palestinian state ever. The Israeli Defense Forces have deployed their 3rd Division in the 36th to Gaza City as operations widen across the region, targeting the Hamas's main stronghold. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has said that he has fond memories of US President Donald Trump and is open to future talks with the US if he can keep his nukes. South Korea's president has said that his country's economy could fall into crisis, rivaling its 1997 meltdown if the government accepts current US demands in stalled trade talks without safeguards. In the US, a memorial cum funeral was held for Charlie Kirk 11 days after he was assassinated. Kirk was shot in the neck on the 10th of September while speaking at a Utah university as part of his popular public debate series. The memorial drew some of the most powerful voices in the country, led by President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, Kirk's widow Erica, Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. In an emotional moment, his widow Erica Kirk broke down in tears as she told the crowds she forgave the alleged shooter of Kirk. After a public falling out, Donald Trump sat side by side with billionaire Elon Musk, a once trusted advisor, at the memorial event for right-wing leader Charlie Kirk. Tens of thousands of Brazilians took to the streets of major cities to protest legislative efforts to shield former President Jair Bolsonaro and federal lawmakers from the courts. Syria will hold its first parliamentary election under its new Islamist-led administration on the 5th of October, following the ousting of former President Bashar al-Assad last December after nearly 14 years of conflict. Thousands of people protested in Budapest's Hero Square against state-funded political propaganda, hate speech and fear-mongering on Sunday. Thousands also rallied in Athens in support of a father on a hunger strike, demanding the right to exhume his son's body following Greece's deadliest train disaster in 2023. At least 18 people, including police officers and journalists, were injured during a protest organized by the youth-led Generation Z collective in Peru's capital, Lima. The protesters are upset with President Dina Boluarte's administration. Passengers have been left stranded at Santo Domingo Airport as a 4-hour power outage halted over 20 flights. With the blackout affecting operations, travelers crowded the check-in counters. Nepal's newly appointed Prime Minister Sushila Karki has recommended the names of 5 new ministers. The interim cabinet already has 3 ministers. The Indian Met Department has issued warnings of heavy to very heavy rainfall across eastern, northeastern and southern parts of India. According to the IMD, heavy rainfall is also expected over parts of central and south peninsular India till the 25th of this month. The IMD said states such as West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam and Meghalaya are likely to experience heavy to very heavy showers over the next few days. Delhi residents woke up to a warmer Monday with humid conditions marking the first day of the festival of Navratri. The IMD has forecast clear skies throughout the week with maximum temperatures between 34 and 36 degrees Celsius. Super Typhoon Ragasa unleashed strong winds and heavy rain on Kagaria on Monday, causing trees to sway and large waves to form along the coast of the northeastern Philippine province. Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ordered the Disaster Response Agency to go on full alert and mobilize all government agencies as Super Typhoon Ragasa threatens the north of the country and has set off storm alerts across East and Southeast Asia. Hong Kong International Airport will suspend all passenger flights for 36 hours starting Tuesday evening. That's what Qantas Airways has said as the Asian financial hub prepares for one of its strongest super typhoons in years. Cities in China's southern provinces are also bracing for Ragasa, the strongest typhoon to hit the country this year, with Shenzhen warning of disastrous calamities ahead and preparing to relocate hundreds and thousands of people. At least one person died in Catalonia on Sunday after much of the region in northeastern Spain was hit by torrential rains, which disrupted rail and air travel. Heavy rains also lashed France's southeast, causing power outages to around 10,000 homes and leading the Marseille airport to reroute around a dozen flights to land in other cities. Observed on the 22nd of September, World Rhino Day unites global efforts to protect rhinos from poaching and habitat loss. In Japan's Fukuoka Prefecture, the annual mechanized puppet show at Yabe City's Fukushima Hachiman Shrine has begun. In Indonesia, Bali residents are blaming years of rapid tourism-driven development which has reshaped the island's landscape. It has prompted Bali's governor to ban new commercial construction on agricultural land. In Marrakesh, Morocco, the 11th edition of the International Crimea Exhibition for Hospitality, Culinary Arts and Food Industries kicked off today. Panama recently launched a program, Panama Gives You More Than $500 in Benefits, which offers digital coupons with discounts worth over $500 to tourists who stay at least 3 or 4 nights in the country. Vietnam's Hang Ma Street in Hanoi has transformed into a dazzling display of lanterns and traditional toys, invoking sweet memories of the Mid-Autumn Festival. Spain's Madrid Zoo Aquarium held a series of celebrations for the 5th birthday of its 2 giant pandas, drawing crowds of visitors eager to share in the occasion. Archaeologists continue to uncover remarkable finds at Pulur Hoyuk in Turkey, a mound of Erzurum where excavations began 5 years ago. Thousands of years old storage jars, household items and architectural remains have emerged from the site. The 23rd Kunming International Flower Expo concluded in Kunming, capital of southwest China's Yunnan province. It attracted more than 500 enterprises from around the world. In central Greece, stock breeders face devastation as a sheeppox outbreak decimates flocks, prompting warnings of nationwide animal movement restrictions. The 9-day Navratri festival begins with great fervour as devotees are thronging temples across India to mark the first Navratri. The first day of the festival witnesses a massive rush of devotees at the Holy Mata Vaishno Devi temple. Dasara Mahotsav celebrations have also begun in Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh on Monday at the historic Kanakadurga temple. The CSIR NBRI has established the first lotus park named Swastik Park at its grounds, featuring a significant collection of 60 lotus varieties and 50 water lily varieties conserved in small ponds. The Health Foundation, in collaboration with One Sight Esador Luxottica Foundation and Sharp Sight Eye Hospital, conducted free diabetic and vision screening camps in Srinagar and across the Kashmir Valley. American actress Angelina Jolie has attended the 2025 San Sebastian Film Festival in Spain to promote her film Couture. British actor Tom Holland sustained a mild concussion during filming Spider-Man Brand New Day while performing an action sequence for the film. The actor will be away from the set for a few days to recover. Midori Monet from the US was crowned Miss International Queen 2025 during a dazzling finale in Thailand. Thousands of people gathered at the University of Havana in the Cuban capital night to hear Cuban folk singer Silvio Rodriguez has kicked off his Latin American tour. Vietnamese singer Duc Phuc won Russia's Intervision International Song Contest, which was held in Moscow region. Thousands of fans and well-wishers showed up to pay their last respects to Zubeen Garg, the musical maestro and cultural icon of India's northeastern state, Assam. The cremation of the legendary singer and composer will be held on Tuesday in Guwahati. Zubeen Garg passed away in Singapore on Friday while swimming in the sea without a life jacket. The 30th Busan International Film Festival is being held at the Busan Cinema Center in South Korea, with focus on first-time directors, especially those from Asian countries. India is participating with its strongest ever contingent at the Busan International Film Festival, led by MOS Dr. L. Murugan, along with senior officials and creators from the Waves Bazaar initiative. A special roundtable has been held on Monday. The poster of film Mardani 3 is out and will hit theatres on the 27th of February. Rani Mukherjee returns as top cop Shivani Shivaji Roy in the film to investigate the most challenging case of her career. Sports now, and India secured their 7th straight win over Pakistan across formats with a 6-wicket win at the T20 Asia Cup in Dubai. Abhishek Sharma's explosive 74 and Shubman Gill's 47 set the tone in a fiery crash marked by dropped catches and on-field tempers. India captain Suryakumar Yadav said matches against Pakistan can no longer be considered a rivalry after his side extended their T20I head-to-head record to 11 wins to 3 losses. India produced a stellar performance at the China Para Badminton International Tournament, clinching 12 medals in Beijing. Taylor Fritz held off Alexander Zverev 6-3, 7-6 to seal Team World's triumph in the Labour Cup. Ferran Torres struck twice for champions Barcelona as they beat Getafe 3-0 to stay on Real Madrid's tails at the top of the La Liga standings. Atletico Madrid's stuttering start to the La Liga season continued as they settled for a 1-1 draw against Mallorca. Gabriel Martinelli's 93rd minute equaliser helped Arsenal salvage a 1-1 draw against Manchester City in the Premier League. Sunday's League One match between Marseille and Paris Saint-Germain at Stade Velodrome was postponed to Monday due to storms in the region. An inspiring Italy successfully defended their Billie Jean King Cup with a 2-0 victory over record 18-time champions, the United States. A tenacious Iga Swiatek battled back from the brink of defeat to capture the Korea Open title. Max Verstappen won the Azerbaijan GP on Sunday to claim his second consecutive victory and fourth Grand Prix of the season. Oscar Piastri crashed his rebuilt McLaren into a barrier on the first lap. His crash brought to an end his remarkable run of 44 consecutive GP finishes. India's skater Anand Kumar Kumar continued his stellar run at the Speed Skating World Championships in China by winning the gold medal in the 42-kilometer marathon speed skating event. And in Major League Soccer, Lionel Messi's brace led Inter Miami to a 3-2 victory over visiting DC United. With that, it's a wrap on Express News with the latest news right here on DD India. Stay with us.